Alright, so I believe we last left off with us getting escorted out of Hoytville. A police officer dropped us off at a truck stop, and we got a ride from the truck stop into Toledo, Ohio. Great city, very dilapidated, but the people are nice. But we went to the courthouse and we talked to police officers and we say, hey, what should we avoid here? And they said just leave the city as soon as possible. The weatherman lied to us and told us it was going to be sunny, and we got pouring rain instead. So we were already near the tracks, already laying low. So we found a good spot to put a tarp up and stay dry for most of it. And this is the plow point tarp setup, it's called. And no one could see us. We weren't bothered or anything like that. And we just waited it out. 4 or 5 hours later, we were able to get out of there and head over to the yard. We did check out downtown Toledo, and like I said, it's very dilapidated, but no one bothered us. Everyone was really nice. Over here, you can see this whole building is held up with this stack of bricks. You could probably push the whole thing over. We did leave Toledo. We grabbed the Greyhound and headed over to Detroit. We had some medical supplies we needed to restock on, pretty important. We get there and we go to Freight Yard, right? I Google Freight Yard, and I ended up at a bar with the name Freight Yard. Also very nice people, but we walked probably 3 hours to get there, if not more, probably more like 4 hours. So kind of a bummer. It was nighttime, so then we had to figure out where we were going to sleep. I did walk by this random old-looking warehouse you see here, and while looking at it, I'm like, oh, it's pretty cool, old building in Detroit. And come to find out, it's the factory where Henry Ford made the assembly line and the Model T back in 1913, I believe. And I was just bewildered because it's in the middle of nowhere and there's only a small little plaque to let you know exactly what it is. Detroit's an upcoming city. They have all these great artworks, and the downtown had 4 different bands playing at the same time. I know, but it's just a contrast to the rest of the city, where a lot of the places are burnt down. Of course, I'm going to have fun everywhere I go to. Hello, everybody. I just want to go through a few things, because I don't have a lot of training content for this week. Some things came up and we got stuck in Detroit for a little while, just sorting some things out. I just want to start off by saying I don't recommend anyone to come out here and do what I'm doing. I'm really fortunate to have someone showing me what to do that I trust. It goes a long way and knows what they're doing and how to navigate each city we're getting into as well. If you do want to travel the country, I recommend hitchhiking or just hiking across, or Greyhound, Amtrak, whatever way. I would not recommend this for a start to get across the country. I was fortunate to go through and get lucky to start this journey in riding freight trains and things like that. With that out of the way, I have a few Q&A questions I want to answer, just to provide a little something extra this week. I got a lot of questions. I'm going to focus on one individual, one couple that asked me a few questions and go through those. This is going to be from Angie and Francataro. They hit me up on WordPress for my Q&A blog on there and asked me a few questions, and all of them are really good, so I'm going to go through each and every one. To start with, they asked how long you've been planning this. I'm going to say about a year, realistically. I started getting familiar with going out in the woods and going out in the nature and, living out of a backpack about a year ago. A little bit more than that, actually, when the pandemic started. Found myself out of work and started doing that just to fill some time and, kind of get grounded again. Realistically, for the trains, I started looking into it about 4 months ago, but for the last 2 months, I've been on it for 2 weeks now, and for the 2 months leading up to that, every single day was 5 to 8 hours of me researching trains and how they work and things like that. And so even coming out here, you're not fully prepared. Even having someone telling you what to do, you're not fully prepared. You gotta just go through the motions and learn how to do it yourself when you're out there. The second question is, how do you know all this train hopping and outdoor survival stuff? The train hopping, I don't know. Like I said, I did a lot of research and I'm having someone show me, and I'm still constantly learning and misunderstanding things and making mistakes, even though I have someone showing me and I have research. It's just you go out there and you get the experience to back up what you want to do. The outdoor survival stuff, I was a Boy Scout for a long time, I say about 4 years, and learned a lot there. When the pandemic happened and I decided to go back into nature, I realized that I didn't remember hardly anything. A lot of stuff came back to me, little tricks and stuff like that as I went. I did a lot of bushcraft last year, which is really good if you want to set up a camp in one spot, which is how I can use a tarp instead of a tent, save some weight, and you get a lot more flexibility with it. Tents get really stuffy for me, and I hate the condensation you get on the outsides of the walls and stuff. It drives me nuts. And if it rains out, you could get a puddle in your tent. And I'm not playing with that. So I do tarps. Let's see. Are you worried about getting eaten by bears or cannibals? Fun fact about me: I am a bear and I am a cannibal. So people have to watch out for me. The poo question. I do get the poo question a lot. The question was worded, "Where will you poo?" Most of the time you're in a city, so you can use a restroom or something, go grab yourself a cup of coffee, or go to the grocery store, whatever you're gonna do. If I am in a position where I can't get to if I'm outside, I can just dig a hole, poo in the hole, make sure it's not near a water source. You're only 200 feet away from a water source or a food source, and you poo in the hole, dig it, cover it back up, and call it a day. That's why you don't want to use wet wipes out in the woods either, because you have to pack it out with you if you're gonna leave no trace, which is a pain in the ass. On the train, you can go off the side if you can. If you're in a situation where you can't, pull out a plastic bag. I always keep plastic bags in my bucket for that reason. They come in handy too, just randomly, but I always keep a plastic bag for that reason. You just do it in the bag, throw the bag, Gotta kind of embrace the suck for a lot of things. Last question is, how are you budgeting and how are you finding work out there? So far, we haven't really gone to find a lot of work yet. I budgeted enough and sold enough stuff to keep me going for about a month or so. The donations are really just for bail or, in case I want to, grab a hotel room once a week or something like that. I did save a lot before I came out. Realistically, you need about $200 a month to replace gear and any problems that come up. You need to get a Greyhound ticket and stuff like that, which happened to us this week. The work stuff, it's a lot easier when you're not in the Northeast. From what I hear, you can find work doing day labor, doing landscaping, going and picking fruit and veggies, whatever that you can find. You just go up there and find work. If I really get in a tight spot, I could always just go back to bartending. I was a bartender for 10 years, so I could always just go to a restaurant, especially nowadays. It seems like everyone's hiring. If I'm going to be in a place for a week, it's usually how long it takes for you to train to work in a bar. So I could do something else in the restaurant, like wash dishes or stuff like that, or you can find a way. As long as you're willing and able to work, you can find work. Again, the donations do go a long way, and it's incredible that so many people have reached out to me to donate to the bail fund. It's really appreciated. I can't express enough how much that means to me. People I hardly know, or people I haven't seen in a while, or there's been random people I've never even met before. And honestly, you're all great. It's nice to have that little bit of safety in case things go wrong, in case I do get arrested doing this. This is illegal, by the way, which is another reason you should not be out here doing this. I don't recommend this for anybody. I just enjoy it. That's the funnest way for me to get across the country. But again, I'm going to put the donations up. I'm going to put whoever donated up in the last week on the end of this video here. And again, it goes a long way. I don't keep saying thank you, but I can't express enough just how much it means to me and how important it is for this trip. Every couple $100 I get is another month I can stay out here. And I just plan on staying out here until I can't afford it anymore. And I have to, go back to a normalish life. But if I could avoid that, that'd be great too. Again, thank you for everyone for watching. Thank you, whoever subscribed. Thanks for watching reading the blog and watching the videos. It goes a long way. This is my first time really going back and being in front of the camera. So I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of winging it. Like I don't have a script or anything like that. This is me talking to you guys from the heart. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the updates. It looks like we're going to be in Detroit for a little while longer. I'm going to try to go in the city and get like a bunch of artwork videos and stuff like that. Detroit's an amazing city. So hopefully we'll have a video up, and not next week, but the week after, where we're back on the trains. We're hoping, maybe sooner, maybe later. You know, it's all that all depends on a bunch of different factors. But we're trying to get out there as soon as possible. Both me and my partner don't want to be hanging around Detroit anymore. We want to get the hell out of here. There's just certain things we got to do before we go. But again, I don't want to keep rambling at you guys. Thank you so much for watching and listening to me ramble at a camera about trains. Y'all have a good day now.